fateful day in BBY0 brings us to the events of A New Hope. We don't have to rehash them all in detail here, but just to give the bird's eye view for context, Wuher kicks out a pair of droids. The kid and old man who tried to bring the droids in end up severing an alien's arm and severely injuring a deformed mad doctor. They end up leaving the cantina with a smuggler who just gunned down a bounty hunter, leaving the body in the booth. Wuher was more annoyed than alarmed by what seemed to be a lot of chaos. In Mos Eisley, these kind of things just happened, maybe with the exception of the lightsaber being a true standout on these events. The old man, using the weapon of the Jedi Knights, actually put a swift end to what could have been a massive brawl that could have gotten a lot uglier, involving way more patrons and way more damage. Wuher called for calm among the patrons, and he tried to de-escalate everything. He signaled the band, that is Figrin Dan and the modal nodes, to keep on playing, and things went back to normal. When Imperial stormtroopers arrived to investigate the commotion and started asking questions about a pair of droids, Wuher shrugged them off and kept tending bar. He wanted nothing to do with the Empire or the wider workings of the chaotic galaxy. Not too long after the destruction of the first Death Star, the notorious bounty hunter Boba Fett came in looking for information on Luke Skywalker, the rebel pilot who destroyed the battle station. They learned he was a local boy, and Boba Fett had no problem roughing up anyone local until someone started talking. Wuher, who was probably telling the truth even if he was present for Luke's almost brawl with a couple of psychopaths, insisted to Fett that no one knew anything about the pilot. Even if Wuher had known, he probably would have given up only enough to get the bounty hunter and the Empire away from his bar so he could go back to his business.